So the Portland Trailblazers have been really bad this season. I think we all knew that once they traded away Damian Lillard, they weren't going to be a good team in the Western Conference, and that has pretty much been the story of their season. They're 10-29, they're the second worst team in the West, and they have the 5th worst record in the league overall. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We're going to be doing an updated Portland Trailblazers rebuild, and I am really excited for this one because this team definitely has a lot of talent, but I still think that they're going to be somewhat of a seller at the deadline as well. So if you guys are enjoying these rebuilds, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. We got injuries on in this one. I think it's going to provide it a little bit more of a challenge. I also have the simulated difficulty on 55. If I feel like we're doing even better than we should, I'm going to up it to 60. So we know that Robert Williams is going to be out for the season. I don't know why 2K has him coming back in 1 to 2 weeks. Nope, we are not going to be using him for the rest of the year, which is a shame too, because I think so many teams would have wanted to give up multiple first round picks even to acquire Robert Williams. Like I know the Knicks, like when Mitchell Robinson went down, definitely would have been calling the phone for Robert Williams. I feel like OKC would have been a fun destination as well. Sacramento definitely needs some defensive big man help. So there would have been a plethora of teams calling up Portland. And 2K, why is Kemba Walker on this team? All right, so I definitely want to send Ryan Rupert to the G League. He was their 2nd round pick out of France. We're definitely going to call up Dwight Reith, who is a 27-year-old rookie. He's actually been pretty good for them this season. Even IDB's been solid for them as well. He had a nice defensive game against the Knicks the other night. And obviously we want to build around the triple S's, the 3 S's of Scoot, Simons, and Sharp. That is the big 3. I think we could definitely play Sharp up a position. He could be the starting small forward maybe in the long term. So I think we're kind of set with our backcourt and our 3, because Anthony Simons I think has done phenomenal this year with the Portland Trailblazers in kind of a dysfunctional team. There is a chance that I fire Chauncey Billups at the end of the year. I was not a fan of that hire, especially when they had Damian Lillard and they were trying to win now. I don't really think he's done a great job in Portland, so we may look in a different direction. I think Toumani Camara has given them good minutes this year. Jeremy Grant's been solid, and you see some play out of Jabari Walker as well. So guys that could get traded at the deadline. I would love to move DeAndre Ayton. Nobody's trading for him right now. We definitely have to build that value back up. Jeremy Grant, though, is playing well enough where I think we can convince a team to trade for him, but we will see. I would not mind moving Matisse Thybulle, and if there's a good deal on the market, I will move Malcolm Brogdon, but if not, I will move him in the offseason. And a player that I really want to target in the draft is Zachary Risacher out of France. He's somebody that could be a stretch 4 3-and-D player that has extremely high basketball IQ for somebody of his age. He's definitely trending towards being a top 5 prospect for me in real life. He's going to be listed as a small forward here. He's 6'9". He could be that perfect long-term power forward answer, and we're probably going to have a top pick in the draft because we're not very good and we at least own it. So we also own, I believe, the Warriors 1st round pick. There is a protection on it, but let's hope that they don't make the playoffs. All right, so we are here on February 1st. We are 14-34. So yeah, the season is over. We're going to be kind of tanking for the rest of the year, and I want to get ahead of the market, and I want to look to make some trades before players get hurt. So yeah, we may clear house right now. Clear house? Clean house. So I know this trade with the Knicks has been flown around a lot, like Evan Fournier and a 1st round pick for Malcolm Brogdon. I would love to get Miles McBride in this deal as well, but I don't see the Knicks giving up on him. I wonder if they would slide me Jericho Sims, and I would give you Moses Brown in this deal. I would just kind of like to see if Sims could be a backup center going forward. I have no idea why Evan Fournier is 2-star trade value. That just doesn't make any sense, and they would want Jabari Walker for Malachi Flynn. I kind of want to keep Walker. I don't know why 2K just keeps signing back Kemba Walker. It's kind of annoying. I mean, could he be the guy that we could just get Jericho Sims for? That would be pretty sweet. They would want 2 seconds. So I'm basically trading 2 seconds for Jericho Sims. Yeah, we'll do this. So yeah, we pick up Evan Fournier. This is a rumored trade. That pick is lottery protected, but Brogdon is up there in age, and I definitely think he's a little overrated compared to, like, I feel like what the public perception is of him. Like, he is definitely not as good as someone that should go for 2 to 3 1st round picks and a young player. I think maybe that pick didn't need to be lottery protected, but we're just building up on draft capital. We can provide even more minutes to Scoot Henderson now. I wonder if Detroit would do this trade. So basically, they want to add players at the deadline. They want to be better. Jeremy Grant is a former Piston. They don't have to give up any of their young players like Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren in this deal. I would be picking up Monty Morris. I'd be picking up Joe Harris and a 2028 unprotected 1st rounder for Jeremy Grant. We basically get off of his contract. He's a good player, and Detroit could look to do this to add next to Cade Cunningham. They don't really want to part ways with that 1st, which is kind of frustrating because I kind of want it, and they have some like other 1sts that they can't really move right now. So yeah, they want to do a swap. I don't know if that's worth giving up Jeremy Grant for, but what if I throw in Matisse Thybulle? You got to give me Alec Burks in this deal, and yeah, I'm pretty cool getting an unprotected 1st round pick for these guys, and we're going to shed $37 million. They want a 2nd, and I got to take on Gallo. Let's do this trade. So we send Jeremy Grant back to Detroit. I know we're not a big free agency destination either, but I think I'm going to draft somebody that's going to slide in at that 4 spot, so I kind of like that going forward. And I'm going to do this trade with the LA Lakers. I'm going to be giving them some floor spacing in Alec Burks. I'm going to be giving them then Moses Brown, a big man, and we're going to be picking up Rui Hashimura in this deal, who I don't think will be on this team for too long, but it provides us like another power forward option for the rest of the season. It's funny, like some of the highest paid guys on this team are just going to be getting absolutely no minutes for the rest of the year. So like Joe Harris not playing, he's done. Evan Fournier is going to get his team option decline at the end of the year. I don't even know if I'm going to start Rui Hashimura. Like Gallo's not going to be playing at all. So this is going to be the rotation. We're playing Scoot, Simons, and Sharp 37 minutes apiece. Jabari Walker is going to get 25 minutes, 8 and 30. Hashimura 22. Murray and Kamara 17 apiece. And then Sims and Rupert will finish out the rotation. I do plan on bringing back Breath in the offseason. I don't know why 2K just for some reason is kind of annoying with his two-way. So don't worry, he's definitely going to come back as some big man depth. But yeah, Aiden could get traded in the offseason. I don't know what team would want him. So it's going to be tough to figure that out. I think we could definitely find a suitor for Rui Hashimura, and it just provides us another trade asset going forward. Like I said, we'll have a lot of guys as kind of contracts expire in the offseason. So I'm excited to see what the younger core can do for the rest of the year. And like I said before, I don't mind losing games. I want to get the best pick possible in the draft. And what could even work out, like if I land number 1, I mean, I'd probably take Alexander Sarr, but if I can't take him, I do not mind trading down either to accumulate some more draft picks and draft capital. Ooh, that's brutal. Rui Hashimura breaks his left ankle. He's going to be out for the year. Yeah, I'm not going to be re-signing Evan Fournier or Joe Harris. Man, we're 16 and 42. So Giannis wins MVP. Shout out to him getting his 3rd in his career in his age 29 season. Russ, 6th man of the year. I'm just looking for any shockers. Hey, Jalen Johnson, most improved. Now, he'd be somebody perfect on this team as well. We just have an athletic 1 through 4 because Scoot, Simons, and Sharp is so athletic already. I feel like Onyeka Okongwu would also be a really fun center. Sorry, just Atlanta. I'm going to want all your players today. Shout out to Scoot Henderson on All Rookie First Team. I think people are way too quick to dunk on Scoot Henderson. Yes, he struggled out of the gate, but you know how hard it is for rookie guards to be efficient and feel comfortable right away. I think we got too spoiled with guys like Trae Young and Luka Doncic that were just so great as lead guards in their rookie seasons, but really it takes some time for them to develop. Usually rookie guards are inefficient to start off their careers. We finished with a 19 and 63 record. We had the 2nd worst record in the NBA, 2 games better than Detroit. Damn, Detroit added Jeremy Grant and they didn't really get much better, but hey, their team definitely looks better with him. So Anthony Simons finished with 23 points, 3.1 rebounds, 4.8 assists, shot 37 from 3 and 96 from the line. Would like to see that field goal percentage continuing to increase next year. He did that in 61 games. Shout out to Shaedon Sharp playing 75 games as a 20-year-old, and he shot 42, 33, 79, an increase at least I think from his rookie season. Even though true shooting went down, he did this in higher volume, so I'm fine with that and a higher usage. Also, we kind of already went over Scoot Henderson. I'm not worried about the inefficiencies. DeAndre Ayton is probably slotted in to be the starting center next year. I mean, he's still 25 years old. He's just making a ton of money. So if a team calls me and wants him, I will listen to possibly move him. I just don't know what team would want to trade for him. I doubt Sacramento wants to pair him up in the front court with Sabonis. The Clippers really wouldn't get it done. I doubt the Lakers would want him. I doubt the Warriors would want him. Maybe the Brooklyn Nets if they moved on from Claxton. I don't know though. So Hashimura, I think will get traded in the offseason, but he played very well for us. I don't know. I might be fine with bringing him back. Robert Williams right now is slotted in as the backup center. Jabari Walker, definitely the backup power forward. It's just I wonder between Kamara, Walker, Rupert, and Murray next year how those minutes will get allocated. We also have Jericho Sims as the 3rd string center, and with injuries on, I think that's pretty huge to have. So Dallas just swept the 1-seeded Clippers in round 1. Oh my God. Devin Booker, Western Conference Finals MVP, Tatum Eastern. So you had a 7-seeded Suns versus the 8-seeded Mavericks there in the conference finals, and then the Celtics beat the Cavs in 6. The Bucks ended up with the 1 seed. This would be a very fun finals matchup as the Celtics ended up winning in 6, with Jason Tatum finally getting his ring and he's finals MVP. A lot of you guys tell me to override LeBron's retirement if he does retire in year 1, so we're going to do that. Chris Paul, I kind of want to override him as well, but yeah, why not? We'll override Chris Paul's retirement. I wonder if Chris Paul will retire at the end of the year. It will be sad to see if he does. All right, so draft lottery time. Please provide me some luck. We're projected there at number 2. I will make sure those protections are realistic. So the Blazers do own a first to the Bulls from the Larry Nance 3-team trade from a couple off seasons ago. I believe that was the 2021 off season. You know what? That might have been the 2020. It's all messed up because one of those off seasons was in the fall. So we're going to see if that pick drops. I'm perfectly fine with it just being in the top 5. Like I said, I want Zachary Reese-Share. I wouldn't be opposed to taking another guard or possibly a small forward, like a Jacoby Walter or something like that, but they're pretty much just going to be a bench player. Oh, all right. We fell to 6. We dropped 4 spots there. That's pretty brutal. I mean, the Pistons, are they going to drop to 5? Oh my God. So the teams that were projected 1 and 2 dropped to 5 and 6. That is brutal. Shout out to Charlotte getting the number 1 pick. Wizards at 2, Raptors at 3, Pelicans via the Lakers at 4. Pistons at 5. Wow, the Lakers really fell off towards the end of the year after we made that Bergs Hashimura deal. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance that Alexander Sarr falls to me. I don't think I'm going to promote Scott Brooks as our head coach. I don't know if there's like a candidate that I want out there. Like, I'm not making Steven Silas a head coach again. The dude's an assistant now on the Pistons. He's just been on some losing teams. Like, I would like Sam Cassell. The only thing is, like, if they block him, then I don't even know who I'm going to result to. So we're going to keep Chauncey Billups for one more year. I'm going to see if I can get Wes Unseld Jr., who got let go in Washington, to be my shot doctor. All right, mock draft time. Let's see who's projected to go at 6. Cody Williams. Now, he's a player I do like a lot, too, out of Colorado. Obviously, the brother of Jalen Williams. He could be a small ball 4, and that's what I'm looking for. I did not know that he is a taller wingspan than Zachary Reese-Sasher. I feel like that's not true. Matas Buzuelos is also an interesting candidate that I think could eventually space the floor if we develop his outside jumper. So we definitely have some options at 6. I'm not really upset about that. Holland goes number 1 to the Hornets. Washington at 2 take Isaiah Collier. They get their franchise point guard. 3, the Raptors take Alexander Sarr, who I definitely would have taken if he was on the board. Pelicans at 4. Man, the rich could get richer here with their core. They take Justin Edwards. That's a very low floor but high ceiling pick. And Cody Williams goes the pick ahead of us. So I think that makes it easy. It's either going to be Matas Buzuelos or Zachary Reese-Sasher. I love Nikola Topic in this draft. I'm starting to like Jacoby Walter a lot more. I'm going to go with Reese-Sasher to be my pick here. He's a project player. He's going to be raw. He's going to be inexperienced, but that's fine. I'm not really trying to win next year, maybe even in year 3. I want to see if the Indiana Pacers would do Rui Hashimura for pick 14 in the draft, and they will agree to that. So we're going to have another first rounder with us drafting Reese-Sasher. Like, Hashimura wasn't really going to play a ton, so I think we capitalized on his value. We sold high, which was great. Bulls take their franchise point guard in Stephon Castle. Jazz are going to be trading the 9th overall pick for 2 firsts with the New York Knicks. Okay, they already have Malcolm Brogdon. They take Jacoby Walter. That's kind of filthy. Melvin Ajinka goes with the next pick. Tyrese Proctor goes to the Jazz there at 11. Blazers are on the clock. Oh, I'm dumb. This is from the Golden State Warriors. Yes, I didn't even mention that in the draft lottery. So we're going to have 3 first-round picks, and Matas Buzelis is still there. Well, that's a draft and a half. I end up with Reese-Sasher and Buzelis. I was hoping he would fall to 14. I wonder if the Magic would have taken him at 13. So I'm going to take the Frenchman, Tidjane Salaün. I'm hoping I'm not butchering that. I'm sorry if I am. I haven't really dove too much into his tape yet because with the pretty much the international prospects, I really won't till the end of the year, unless they're like a guaranteed like top pick like Wemby is or Alexander Sarr this year. But I'm starting to like learn more about Reese-Sasher, and I really like his game, man. So yeah, we're going to take Tidjane Salaün there at 14, who I'm also excited about here just to see in 2K. And we get Matas Buzelis as well. People do compare Salaün to a little bit of Michael Porter Jr. So we basically drafted 2 Frenchmen and a Lithuanian, who is Buzelis, in this class. I think Buzelis is from Chicago though, but he's both his parents are Lithuanian. So we got some size. 2'6'9" guys from France and a 6'10" guy. I actually love that draft. I am very excited about this team's future. So yeah, I don't know if this is gonna phase out Chris Murray out of the rotation. We will see. But yeah, like with the potential that these 2 guys have, and then like maybe Reese-Sasher even starts at the 3, he may be out of the rotation just because he's 23. So yeah, we are going to pick up the team option on Jericho Sims and Shaden Sharp. We are going to let Evan Fournier walk. We are not going to do much in free agency. I do want to bring back Dwap Reith, and I think that's going to be it actually, because we have a ton of center depth right now. Like, Reith's going to be our 4th string center. So I don't really think I need to sign anybody in free agency. Maybe another point guard. Like, I don't think Ryan Repair is going to be in the rotation. Yeah, so I think I'm going to get one more point guard. We actually have some cap space. We have $18 million, and I feel like we have a whole team figured out. I think it's really just going to be somebody that's going to mentor Scoot. I think Kyle Lowry could be perfect. Like, I'm literally going to pay Kyle Lowry $7 million to be a mentor. He's not even going to be in the rotation, but he's somebody that could mentor Scoot Henderson, and I think that's going to be huge for us. So LeBron James ended up going back to the Lakers. Paul George re-signs with the Clippers. Same with James Harden as well. I do have a 10-year Clippers rebuild coming out this week, and I'm so excited. I already recorded that one, and it was a challenge. It's definitely like the hardest 10-year realistic rebuild you can do if you don't win a championship in the first couple of years, because that team regresses quickly. So definitely subscribe if you're not already to be on the lookout for that. We see some great player progression here, and this team could flirt with a play-in tournament appearance next year. I don't know though. We'll see. I may unfortunately actually have to cut somebody, which I'm not gonna want to do. Okay, luckily we didn't have to cut anybody. So Lowry, Murray, Sims, Repair, and Reith will not be in the rotation. It's gonna be Scoot, Simon, Sharp, Reese-Sasher, Aiden, Then we'll have Time Lord, Jabari Walker, Buzuelos. So we'll have Kamara getting 14 minutes, and then Tijan Salon is going to get 12 minutes a night. So yeah, like Chris Murray will probably be the first guy in if an injury does occur. We're 3.5-star perimeter centric, which is pretty good. And then we are going to go here to player mentorship. I do want Kyle Lowry to be mentoring Scoot Henderson. That's pretty much why we signed him. And since he's still just 20 years old, I'm going to send Ryan Repair to the G League to start off the year. So we have a home game against the Golden State Warriors. I kind of want to see what this team can do. I wouldn't hop in, like, I don't mind hopping in towards the end of it if it is kind of close, because I kind of want to see what these prospects are made of, because these are guys I really haven't drafted yet in 2K24. So we're up by 10 with just under 4 minutes to go. Did they switch up their team? They got Tim Hardaway Jr. over there. Obviously, they still have Steph Curry. Anthony Simons with 29 points in the first game of the year. Andrew Wiggins is going to take a 3. That is no good. Let's go. Shaedon Sharp's got 28 points. Let's go. As Simon's going to drive there, kick it over to Jabari Walker out there, who's got not really the greatest three-point rating in the world. We have Time Lord and Aiden out there at the same time. Shaedon Sharp, who can yam it, does not get a dunk there. All right, Aiden, I need a screen here. Come on, Simons. Oh, find Aiden inside. Nice pass, and he beats the shot clock. Let's go. You know what? They're running some smaller lineups with Trace Jackson Davis out there. I may even try to get kind of weird and put Buzuelos at the 5. Oh, this is about to be the easiest dunk ever for Shaedon Sharp. He yams. He's got a 30-piece on opening night. Yeah, like Buzuelos looks just as tall as Trace Jackson Davis, so I'm fine with him. Scoot's got 6 points and 5 assists. Maybe not the greatest game for him. Reese Asher 7-2-2. But you know what? Scoot had to definitely guard like Steph Curry, which is a tough task in its own right, as Tim Hardaway Jr. knocks down that jumper. We're still up by 12, and they're going to be full court pressing, so this should be very easy to score some points right now against the press in 2K, because 2K's like CPU press defense isn't great. Oh, Buzuelos got Trace Jackson Davis in the air, but then I end up getting rejected. Yeah, this is just not fun guarding Steph. I still think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the toughest dude to guard in 2K. Like, Steph is tough, don't get me wrong, and obviously he's just an elite shooter as well. But for some reason, whenever I have to guard Shai, it's just, like, impossible. All right, Anthony Simons trying to work off a screen here. Come on, Reese Asher. I don't know his three-point rating, if we can even run a pick and pop. But let's do a pick and roll. Reese Asher inside. He's got the size, and he's going to go to the line. He does have a B-plus three-point grade. Interesting free throw release. He does knock down the first one. And he's going to go 1 for 2. This Steph Curry had 50 points in this loss. It's going to be a long season for the Warriors. And then we ended up losing game 2 by 3 points to the Rockets. Şengün had a 24-point triple-double. Scoot played much better in this game. Shaedon Sharp fouled out in 22 minutes. Tamani Kamara did well in his limited playing time. And he got hurt in that game, sadly. All right, so I'll take this. Through the first 34 games, we are 17-17 at the moment. We're getting pretty good scoring play from our wings. Anthony Simons' efficiency has gone up this year. You love to see that. Same with Shaedon Sharp as well. The three-point shot isn't there. Good free throw shooter, though, so I think that will translate. And he's shooting 48% from the field, so I will take it. A 60% true shooting. Like, that's a phenomenal job from Sharp, who's 21 years old. He's still incredibly young. Scoot, though, I would like for him to facilitate a little bit better, but I'm glad to see the efficiency is rising. DeAndre Ayton, 12.4 points, 9.7 rebounds. He's an expensive, like, kind of one-way big man for us. Obviously, he's not really going to be taking too many threes. I think Robert Williams has done a fine job as the backup 5. There's Jabari Walker, who's actually a pretty good backup 4. And then we kind of have the trio down here, or I kind of went over Reese Asher, who's playing very well, actually, so far. And then there's Buzuelos. Tijan Salon has actually done fine as well in his limited playing time. Not much of a three-point shooter, maybe. And then there's Tamani Kamara, who is struggling with his efficiency, which is a little sad to see. So, like, home game here against a pretty good Orlando Magic team, and we ended up finishing off 2024 on the bad note, which is fine, because this team, I think, has done fine this year. If we're going to be, like, around 500, I will definitely take that. And I think, like, going back to the center position, too, I think, like, I like the idea of having somebody like Robert Williams as our guy that's really just a rim protector, good rebounder, doesn't really need to do too much offensively. Obviously, if they could be a floor spacer, that would be great, but there's not many of those in the league. So I think if I'm going to pay out big money for somebody, I think I would like somebody with a little bit more size than Time Lord. And I don't think Aiden's going to be that guy defensively for us, since we have offense through 1 through 4. I don't really need another offensive-minded 5. So maybe we go out and get like a Rudy Gobert. That could be somebody we can add. And we could just have a ton of French guys with Reese Asher, with Salon, and then maybe Rudy. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him. Oh my God. Scoot Henderson just dislocated his patella. He's going to be out 4 to 6 months. Ah, that's brutal. So he's pretty much out for the season. Now, I could play Kyle Lowry, but what I may do is I think I'm going to make Anthony Simons the starting point guard. He's averaging 5 assists on the year. He's 6'3". I think that's probably the decision we should make. And then we're going to move Sharp to the 3. And let's see what Buzuelos can do as the starting small forward. So yeah, this is going to provide more minutes for Chris Murray. I still don't really want to play Kyle Lowry, even though we probably need that backup point guard. So I think I may just give him like 10 minutes a night, and then we can give definitely more to Buzuelos. I think 20 5 minutes is fine. And then I think with the way Risa Sher has been as a rookie, we can get him more minutes as well. So that sucks that Scoot is pretty much going to be out for the year in his second season, kind of like what happened to Cade Cunningham. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline. We're still 5 games above 500, so I will take that. We are now the 5 seed in the Western Conference. I mean, it's looking good for us to at least make the play-in tournament this year. Anthony Simons is still the #1 scorer, followed by Sharp. Then there's Aiden, Risa Sher, Time Lord, who still has another year under contract, so I don't really think I'm pressured to make any moves at the deadline. Like, who's a free agent at the end of the year? Like, Kyle Lowry, don't need to worry about. Like, none of these guys I really need to worry about too much. Jabari Walker, I think I would like to re-sign if he's open to doing so. Yeah, and he will, so I think I'm going to pay him. Yeah, he's a homegrown guy, I believe. Yeah, it was the 27th overall pick in the second round in 2022. So let's give him a 3-year deal, which is going to be worth around $21.5 million. I think that's a nice contract for him, so I'm going to throw on a team option at the end of that. He agrees to it. We could get extensions done with Simons, Aiden, and Time Lord right now. I'm going to give Jericho Sims a 1-year extension, just like I would probably give him that in the offseason anyway. Like, do I want to give Simons a 3-year extension worth $30 million? I don't really need to. I think I'm going to do so next year, though, just so we can have, like, the optimal cap situation. So, funny enough, Jeremy Grant got traded to the New York Knicks. Okay. And, of course, Malcolm Brogdon was in that deal as well. Okay. But yeah, Malcolm Brogdon's actually having a pretty good year for Detroit. So before we finish up the season, yeah, we have nobody in the MVP race. Didn't expect that. For Rookie of the Year, nobody. But shout out to Adama Sanogo. They're at number 5. Just looking for any Blazers. Not really seeing anything, sadly. Shout out to Trey Jackson Davis being there in Most Improved. Wiseman's a Nick right up there in Most Improved as well. So Nikola Jokic does what Giannis did last year and won his 3rd MVP award. Ron Holland, the #1 overall pick. Rookie of the Year in Charlotte. G League Ignite member Stephon Castle expanded year in his rookie season. Victor Wembanyama Depoy, Most Improved does go to James Wiseman. Jokic, Clutch Player of the Year, and Mark Daigneault, Coach of the Year. So no like super shocking players at All-NBA first team. Wemby on All-NBA second team. And then you got Evan Mobley on All-NBA third team. And Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Brunson getting some love. We didn't get anybody on the All-Defensive team. Shout out to Asor Thompson and Jalen Suggs. And for All-Rookie teams, we did get Risa Sher and Booz Davis on second team. So now we kind of have maybe some competition there at the power forward spot going forward. Booz Davis shot 44% from 3. Salon, though, wasn't there, but you know what? I think he had a fine rookie season. We finished out as the 10th seed, so we did fall off a little bit there in the Western Conference, sadly. Scoot Henderson is healthy, but I'm not going to rush him back and like risk the chance of a re-aggravation. We're not winning it all this year, so he is not going to be playing for us in the play-in tournament. I mean, it's cool if we make the playoffs. I mean, I'd be fine with it, but we don't really need to. So let's see what happens here. Hey, we are playing well against the Jazz. I think we're going to pull off the upset. Oh, I spoke too soon. We kind of choked it here. You know what? Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can end up beating Utah on the road. All right, so we got Time Lord in right now. We're up by 4 with a minute left. So as long as I just don't choke it, we're going to be okay. We got Chris Murray in for some reason. I kind of want to go ISO with Shaedon Sharpe guarded by Sexton, or maybe we'll get the screen here. As long as Kessler, oh, I don't really want to deal with that. Kessler is a really good, oh, get him in the air. Damn it. Okay, Sharpe to the rim, and I'm going to get bowed out by that foul call because Kessler definitely would have blocked me, but like Sexton guarding Sharpe, that should be barbecue chicken. As Sharpe's got 13 points and 11 rebounds and 5 assists. Shout out to playmaking Shaedon Sharpe here in the play-in tournament. And 2K is thrown in Scoot Henderson. So yeah, there goes my idea of just kind of resting him. Buzelis with the block. Let's go on Keontae George, and they're going to foul. All right, it's looking like we're going to win this game here. As Sharpe has a chance to hit even more clutch free throws. Knocks on the first one. He's got 15, 12, and 5. Look at those offensive ratings in the top right. A+ everything besides playmaking, which is A-. All right, so we do have some draft pick implications here with the final leg of the play-in tournament against the Memphis Grizzlies. If we win, we do not get our first round pick this year. It is lottery protected. If we lose, we get to keep it from Chicago. So I don't really know if I want to win. I'm not going to purposely tank this game because, you know, I think we do have our core, like, fine for next year, and we're going to eventually have to keep that pick being protected. I didn't think we were going to beat Memphis, but we're winning in the fourth quarter. We're up by 11 points, and we're going to be a playoff team this year. Wow, would you look at that? We end up winning by 13. All right, I will take that. 9 assists for Risa Sher. He averaged 4 on the season. Wow, what an upset. We're probably going to get swept by OKC. I don't really want to rush Scoot Henderson back, though. But you know what? It's fine. You know what? I don't think he's going to re-aggravate it. So you have the Pelicans there as the 7th seed. Game 1 against OKC. We won. All right, maybe I have to up this to 60 simulator difficulty. 55 may be too easy. I mean, I feel like there's a chance they end up winning just 4 straight. They end up winning game 2 by 4 points. All right, I mean, Shaedon Sharpe, this is his breakout series. We do end up losing game 3 by 4 points. Damn. Like we ended up winning by 7, then lose by 4 back-to-back games. Game number 4, we tie it up. Oh my God, we are playing very well against the OKC Thunder. Oh, What I didn't check is that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is hurt. Well, that is huge. Maybe we are going to pull off the upset. This is like Derrick Rose Philadelphia 76ers matchup when that happened and he got hurt. I don't know. We had a poor shooting game here from Sharp and Simons. Game number 6, we ended up forcing a game 7. I mean, let's go. We blew them out with Shai coming back too. Game 7 is going to be in OKC. I'd be very shocked. Very shocked if we beat them on the road. They end up outscoring us by 16 in the first quarter and 25 points in the first half. So yeah, we are not going to beat them, but hey, it was a fun season nonetheless. I will take getting bounced in 7 games here in round 1. Shaedon Sharpe at 36. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 59 and 10. All right. Yeah, if he played every single game, we were definitely going to get swept. And the Pistons are in the NBA Finals, but they lose to the Thunder in 6. Shai is your Finals MVP. So I guess if they didn't make the Grant trade, they were never getting Brogdon, who was phenomenal for them this season. And hey, Matisse Thybulle getting NBA Finals minutes. You know what? You'll love to see it. So there goes LeBron. He retires with the Lakers. Kyle Lowry retires with the Trailblazers. Kevin Love and Gordon retire for the Philadelphia 76ers. Russ on the Mavs. Russ and LeBron both heading to the Hall of Fame. No shocker there. We didn't retire Kyle Lowry's number. So yeah, we will not be getting our first round pick. It's going to go to Chicago at pick number 15. Rockets won with their own pick. Wow, they didn't even make the playoffs. Spurs 2, Bulls 3, Nets 4, Celtics 5. They were bad. I'm also okay with not having a first round pick just because I didn't really I feel like we didn't need to draft another rookie. Do I want to fire Billups? I mean, we overachieved this year. You know what? I'm going to give him one more year. He's a free agent next year. We could just do the right thing and just part ways and not re-sign him instead of firing him this year. All right, so it is the night here of the 2025 draft. Damian Lillard is on the trade block. Do we have a homecoming? No, we're not going to do that, but that's kind of crazy. Jonas Valanciunas is on the trade block. If I'm looking to upgrade the 5 spot, interesting, but I don't know if I really want him. He's not really much better than DeAndre Ayton, even if you think he's better than him. So yeah, we didn't have any draft picks. The Rockets took Cooper Flag first overall. Dylan Harper to the Spurs, man. The Spurs, Rockets, and Thunder are all going to be so good next year. We're going to pick up the team options on everybody listed. Dwap Reith, I'm going to bring back on the qualifying offer. So free agency time, we actually have $18 million. I mean, Fred VanVleet would fit a perfect backup point guard role, kind of what Brogdon was for us. I mean, there's no centers that I'm really going to go out and get it. I mean, I would love Şengün on this team. I would love Miles Turner on this team as well. I would have to move Aiden to go out and sign him. Aiden is an expiring $35 million, so that could have some value. All right, I think I'm going to see if I could do a swap here. So we're going to upgrade defensively. I'm going to see if the Timberwolves want to give me Rudy Gobert. Does he have a player option next year? He does not. So it's a $46 million expiring for a 33-year-old. I plan on him regressing, but he's still a better defender than Aiden. And I think they would do this because he's 7 years younger than Gobert, and they save $11 million in this trade. I don't even know if I could sneak out a player from them. I think they would offer me Leonard Miller. He just would never play for me, so I don't really want him. I don't know if I could maybe snag this first. I mean, there's stepping role implications. I think I could maybe even get a first from them. Let's see. No. What about if we just did a straight swap, Aiden for Gobert? They agree to that. So we have a rare 1-for-1 player-for-player swap. I don't know if I'm going to keep Time Lord. I think he could be a trade deadline guy. But I think, yeah, this is huge. We get one of the best defensive centers in the league. So that pretty much puts me out of the running for signing anybody in free agency. I think what we're going to do with Mike Conley is we're going to offer him, I'm either going to get McConnell or Conley. I mean, I'll offer Conley a 1-year deal similar to Kyle Lowry. Literally, I am paying him to mentor Scoot Henderson. He is not going to be in the rotation unless an injury does happen. So nobody really switched up teams here at the top. So taking a look at player progression, Gobert does regress a little bit, which is fine. I don't know if he's going to be the long-term answer, but I think for this year, I'm excited to have him. All right, so we're going to go to a 9-man rotation this year. It's going to be Henderson, Simon, Sharp, Risa Sher, and Gobert as the starting 5. We got that French front court. And then we got Buzelis, Time Lord, Jabari Walker, and then Tijan Solon also getting 20 minutes as well. If an injury does occur, I have no idea who is going in the rotation first, but we have really good depth on this team, which I think is huge. We definitely will have some big decisions to make at the contract extension deadline. But you know what I think we should do? I think we should ink up an extension on Anthony Simons so we don't have to worry about that. 4 more years. Welcome back, Anthony. I mean, Time Lord wants basically backup big man minutes, so I'm not really opposed to giving him a 3-year extension, and we'll give him a player option to incentivize him to come back. So we'll do that at around $13 million. So yeah, we basically have Gobert that's a free agent. Shaedon Sharpe will be restricted at the end of the year. First game of the season, we end up beating the Pacers by 16. Simons and Sharpe combined for 77 points. Hell yeah. Brutal injury here at the end of December as Shaedon Sharpe is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Man, he was having an all NBA caliber season too. And we were 14-14 when he went down. Damn, Zachary Risa-Sher had 34 points in this game. He hit 5 threes. Damn, Buzelis has a hyperextended right shoulder, 4 to 6 week injury, but he could play through it. So January 18, just to see where we are at in the Western Conference, we are the 8th seed right now. So I mean, could be worse. Could be a lot better, though. Points per game, we have the 4th best offense in the West, but our defense is not great. It is 7th worst, which I thought maybe acquiring Rudy Gobert would have helped that issue, but I don't know. I mean, he's definitely towards the end of his career for sure. I mean, his efficiency offensively has even dropped off. So it's an expiring deal. So it was basically like, I didn't even think I was going to extend Aiden, so I'm fine with it. I know Tsumani Kamara is actually pretty upset with this team right now just because he's not really playing. And I'm surprised that Time Lord really wanted to come back. Usually he gets pretty upset in 2K and always wants to leave you. All right, so here at the deadline, we are 3 games above 500 right now. We are the 5 seed in the Western Conference. I mean, I may look at the trade block just to see if there's any like good defenders on the market that we would be willing to give up with, like, I don't know, Chris Murray's played a little bit for us this year. Like, I would include him in a trade. I think about even Jabari Walker as well. Like, Scoot Henderson, yeah, 18.5 points per game this year, and he's shooting 40% from 3. He's definitely having, like, a linear development. Reese Asher shooting 37% from 3. 3.7 assists a night as well. Tijon's Salon is actually playing good also. His three-point shot has gotten better. Man, we actually drafted very well there in the 2024 draft. I mean, Jaden McDaniels is on the block if we want a defender. He's making a ton of money, but that would definitely improve our defense, and we do have a good working relationship, I guess, with Minnesota right now. Paul George and Brogdon are both on the block. Ooh, Herb Jones is on the trade block, too. I like that idea. Whoa, Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero both on the block. They're 29 and 21. I mean, Bam would obviously be sick, but I don't really think I have the assets right now to go out and get him. All right, so Herb Jones is owed $13.9 million this year. He's also owed $14.9 million next year. He's a wing. He's a good defender. His three-point shot is fine. We could definitely match that salary. So I'd probably start off with Jabari Walker. Oh, this is pretty frustrating. We have some financial restrictions right now to try to get a deal done. So it seems like they like Kamara more than Chris Murray. I mean, I could definitely throw in Mike Conley. I don't know why Kenneth Lofton is 2 stars. Would we be able to do a rare 3 for 3? I may have to give up that Knicks lottery protected first. So they're bad this year, but we wouldn't get it anyway. So it's their first round pick in the 2027 draft. I'd be getting Herb Jones in this deal. They're definitely going to say yes. So we're going to see some change up on the team. Like Sam Hauser, probably gone at the end of the year. Kenneth Lofton, probably gone at the end of the year. But we're getting an elite defender in Herbert Jones. Jabari Walker's been good for us, but I think like this is a huge upgrade for us in our rotation, and they are going to agree to that. So that was basically the pick we got in the Malcolm Brogdon trade, which is fantastic. So I think Buzuelis and Salon are going to get like 18 minutes a night, because I would like to probably go, 26 minutes to Herbert Jones. I don't know why. I'm going to call him Herb. I don't know why I called him Herbert there. And that is going to be it. I don't even know if I can get an extension done with him now. He's not eligible right now. Gobert wants 13 mil a year. I'm probably going to hold off on that. So Nikola Jokic is your MVP this past season. He wins his 4th. Ace Bailey is your Rookie of the Year. He was the 3rd overall pick after Flagg and Harper. Stephon Castle, 6th Man of the Year back-to-back years. Shout out to Charles Bassey winning Most Improved. I don't think we're going to get any Trailblazers on the All-NBA teams, unfortunately. Damn, no Gobert on like an all-defensive team. That's kind of why I acquired him. So yeah, we did not get any awards. We're going to be taking on the 4-seeded Houston Rockets. They were pretty bad last year. Much better this year. This team has an incredible young core. Shaedon Sharpe averaged 24 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. There's Anthony Simons, Scoot Henderson, Reese Asher, who didn't shoot well from the field, but better from 3. Pretty similar to what he did last year. Salon shot pretty well from the field, 48.6%. Buzuelis, his numbers went down a little bit, or at least the efficiency went down. Good rebounder, good passer as well. And I'm excited about this team in the playoffs. We finished with a 45-37 record. The Rockets were 2 games better than us. Game 1, we ended up losing by 3 points in overtime. These two teams do have some history in the playoffs. I mean, Damian Lillard sent them home once on that game winner when they had Dwight Howard and James Harden in Houston. We tied up, though, 1-1. We ended up beating them by 31 points here in game number 2. Herb Jones was perfect. 5 for 5, 3 for 3, 7 for 7. You love to see that. Was a plus 19. We go down 2-1, though. They beat us by 12. All right, game number 4 goes to the Portland Trailblazers. We win by 37, and Simons had 37 points. Shaedon Sharpe had 27 himself. Scoot got hurt, probably. Oh, that's not good. He sprained his right wrist. He's out 1 to 2 weeks, and I assume he can't play through it. Damn. So, yeah, Simons is going to be the starting point guard. We're probably going to throw in Herb Jones as the starting 3. So I think we're just going to play like Buzuelis and Salon a ton. And then who wants the 9th man minutes? I don't even know. We honestly may just go with an 8-man rotation until we get Scoot back. Game 5, we ended up winning by 9 points on the road, too. Sharpe with 35, Simons with 33, Reese Asher with 20 points in 27 minutes. Herb Jones getting it done as well. He seems like he gets into foul trouble a little bit, but the dude is a beast. We lost game 6 though by 8. Damn, dude, Simons is averaging 29 points on elite efficiency. Like, that is absurd, but unfortunately we did lose. Can we win game 7, or are they going to defeat us here in year number 3? Can we get off to a good start? There we go. Let's go. Up by double digits at the end of the first. We're blowing them out. We're blowing them out right now. We were up by 26 at one point. As long as we don't have a historic collapse, in which we don't, we're going to advance. That's what I'm talking about. No Scoot, no problem. Herb Jones, what a trade deadline pickup he was, man. That was phenomenal for us. He's been a beast so far in those 7 games. Now we got OKC in round 2. I'm surprised to not see San Antonio make it out of the 7th seed. Like, with that team. It's pretty good. So OKC's got Shea, Giddey, Dort, J-Dub, Chet. They have Collins, Klingon, Simmons, Zhang, and Diallo off the bench. They obviously beat us last year in the playoffs as well. Game number 1 is going to go to Portland. We're still without Scoot Henderson, but hey, that is an insane dub. Rudy Gobert, nice to mention his name. Game number 2, we ended up losing this one by 4 points. You know what? Splitting them in OKC is fine with me. Can we win game number 3? Yes, we can. By 2, 147-145. A double-double for Gobert and Time Lord. 43 points for Shaedon Sharpe. Oh my god. And okay, we're going to get Scoot back. But yeah, I got to show you guys how many points SGA had in that game. I kind of don't want to mess up this team, though. Is it silly of me to have Scoot come off the bench? Man, Buzelis has been solid as well in the playoffs. He's going to get 17 minutes. I feel like I'm going to keep playing Salon probably about 20 minutes. Yeah, with Time Lord. That means I got 16 minutes here. I don't really know who I'm going to subtract minutes from. I guess it would be Herb Jones. I feel like I got to keep playing these guys 38 apiece. And then Gobert, I don't know. 21 to Scoot seems weird, but we're rolling right now. Game 4, we ended up losing. I don't know if this is dumb to have Scoot come off the bench. Game number 5, Simon's bruised rib. We go down 3-2. Oh, we got blown out by 37 points. Sharp had 41. Oh, in game 3, Shea had 52 points. All right, game number 6, we win. Let's go by 26 points. Can we win game 7? I feel like we could beat Denver if we do so. Oh, this is gonna, just please let it be close. Don't get blown out again. All right, we have a close game. This is what I asked for. Don't let them pull away. Don't let them pull away. They're up by 12. They're pulling away. Oh, man. All right, we're down by 8 with 2 minutes to go. I mean, it would have to be like an insane comeback. Yeah, we're going to end up losing. That sucks. We lost by 14. All right, another year of just getting eliminated by the Thunder in the playoffs, and they ended up losing in 7 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So there goes Chris Paul. There goes Mike Conley. It's funny, they both kind of retired on each other's, like, starting teams. Conley with the Grizzlies, Paul retired on them, and then Paul with the Pelicans, and that's where he started, or at least on the New Orleans Hornets. I feel like Memphis will definitely retire Mike Conley's jersey. I feel like they will. I don't know, though. Yeah, I feel like they definitely will. So we own our first round pick at 19. Literally every pick in the top 5 is from another team. Do I want to re-sign Chauncey Billups? I think I'm going to, man. Like, he's done a fine job with the development of this team. So I'm actually going to give him a 4-year extension. I did not expect that when we started off this video. I'm going to see if I can get Sam Cassell as our top assistant as well. Boom, there we go. All right, so I'm going to select Caden Boozer, the brother of Cameron Boozer, who is probably the #1 overall pick. Yep, and is the son of Carlos Boozer there at pick number 19. Or that might have been pick 18. And in the second round, I was definitely targeting Jerry Eden, yeah. Oh, no, it was pick 19. So we're going to sign Boozer. We're going to sign Eden. I don't know if I'm going to make a big move this offseason. I feel like it would be to, like, finish out that starting 5. If we're going to move on from Gobert, maybe I include him in a sign and trade. I'm going to give these 3 the qualifying offers. I'm going to probably give Shaedon Sharpe a boatload of money. Yeah, we actually do have some cap space. Aiden's the top of the... Yeah, I mean, like, it's not a great center free agency class. And I'm not putting Kevin Durant at center. Oh my god, man. Chet Holmgren on this team would just be filthy. So Bam Adebayo did sign a 4-year extension in Miami. I'm going to see if I can maybe go out and trade for Onyeka Okongwu of the Atlanta Hawks. Shouldn't cost too much. And I feel like Montes Buzelis could probably get it done just because we have Tijan Salon and then we also have Zachary Sacher. I don't think I need Buzelis too much. He's going to be a restricted free agent. I guess it's in 2 years. I don't know, though. I feel like this is a good guy to get for us to be possibly our starting center. He's 25 years old. I don't even know if they would say yes to this, but I think this is big, and I think Okongwu would be an upgrade over Rudy Gobert. Will they do this? They say no. I would throw in Jeremy Eden. Jerry Eden. They say no. Wow, never mind. We're not doing that then. So you know what? I'm going to bring back Rudy Gobert on a 2-year deal. Team option on the 2nd year. We'll give Jericho Sims a 1-year deal. And then if we need to make a trade at the deadline for a center, we will definitely do so. So Shaedon Sharpe gets a deal from the Pistons. 4 years, $162 million. Good Lord. We are going to match that. I'm going to get Ryan Repair back on the minimum. Damn, Jeremy Grant's a free agent now. Not as good anymore, sadly. For some reason, Bronny James is as a restricted free agent out here. You know what? That could be somebody we could give $7 million to. I don't know if he's going to crack the rotation, but yeah, they don't match that. He could definitely be included in a trade at the deadline. Aiden actually had a pretty solid year in Minnesota. I'm surprised they didn't re-sign him. Benedict Mathurin, he's a good player, man. Aiden ended up getting a 3-year deal from the Charlotte Hornets. All right, player progression. Shaden Sharp's an 89 overall. Scoot Henderson's an 85. Love to see all this green. Yeah, Rudy Gobert. It makes me sad. He's probably going to be the backup behind Time Lord this year. And now his $15 million a year contract becomes super tradable at the deadline because it has the team option on the second year. I do need to cut somebody, so I'm sorry, Dwop. You're going to have to get released. So we have some really good young backup point guards like Caden Boozer and Bronny James. All right, so it's going to be Henderson, Simon, Sharp, Recess Share, and Time Lord with a bench of Buzelis, Salon, Herb Jones, and Rudy Gobert. System proficiency is 4-star perimeter centric. Let's do this. All right, so it is January 31st, and we're killing it this year. We are 38-11. We are the 1 seed in the Western Conference. We're taking that jump this year. It's kind of like what the OKC Thunder are doing in real life. Our leading scorer has been Shaden Sharp, followed by Anthony Simon. Scoot Henderson averaging a career high 5.7 assists, also shooting 39% from 3. Salon's been really good, man. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 37 from 3. Risa Share, 37 from 3, 4.7 assists as well. Buzelis is shooting 42% from 3. I do feel like I'm a center away from winning a title. I just don't know what center we're going to be able to afford or go after. Wow, Derek White's on the trade block. He would be sick for us, but we kind of have a similar player like that in Herb Jones, so I'm not really going to go out and get him. Daniel Gafford's on the block. I mean, not really going to be a huge upgrade. So there's no good centers on the trade block right now. We'll see what it's looking like in 2 weeks at the deadline. I wonder if the Nets would trade away Nick Claxton, though. They're 24-27. Domantas Sabonis would probably be on the trade block as well, but I think I want a more defensive-minded big man. Oh my god, the Clippers are 8-42. That is abysmal. Kristaps Porzingis is probably on the, I could probably get him as well, but I don't think he's somebody we're really looking to target. Jared Allen would be good, but a lot of teams are above 500 or just don't have a good center. Joel Embiid, damn, I would love to go after Embiid. The Sixers are performing really poorly right now. He's getting up there in age. I feel like I'd have to include Sharp or Simons, which I'm not doing. I don't think they would do Rudy Gobert, Herb Jones, Bronny James, and Matas Buzelis for Joel Embiid. What about, do I have any other draft picks? I have this Pistons first, which is a 1.5-star value, and we have this Bucks first. I don't think they're going to agree to this. That would be insane. Oh, he has a no trade clause. God damn it. All right, so I think Nick Claxton is probably the guy we're going to go after. I'm wondering if I can give up 2 first-round picks, so in this deal I can keep Buzelis, Bronny James, who we signed, and Rudy Gobert. I feel like they'll agree to this, and boom, we make our center upgrade with Claxton. Robert Williams, who's good for us, is just going to go back to his bench role, and hopefully this team can win a championship in 2027. Oh, and then Claxton gets hurt basically a couple games into his Blazers career. Jericho Sims time, baby. And Jokic wins his 4th career MVP award. This on a Carlos Boozer. Cameron Boozer is your Rookie of the Year. Shout out to Kobe Buffkin winning Most Improved. Jacoby Walter, Clutch Player of the Year. Chauncey Billups, who we extended Coach of the Year. We also traded for the all-defensive second-team center. I'll take that. And we finished as the 1st seed, so we're going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. It could be, oh, wow, they have Trae Young and Casey Wallace in the backcourt. That is actually pretty nice. I was going to say it's going to be the Herb Jones Revenge Series, but that is a very fun backcourt, don't get me wrong. What a season, though, from Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simons, and Scoot Henderson. Salon, Rasacher, and Buzelis all did an incredible job as well. I feel like we should beat the Pelicans in round 1 with ease. It should be a sweep. It should be in 5. We beat them by 9 in game 1. If I press simulate round, are we going to be chilling? 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. All right, we ended up beating them in 5. So just taking a look here, Shaden Sharp averaged 32 points in those 5 games. We're taking on the Houston Rockets, who still have a very good team, don't get me wrong. And that Flag Şengün front court is kind of filthy. Game 1 is going to go to the Portland Trailblazers. It's not going to be easy, though. But we ended up winning game 1. We still have plenty of depth to withstand injuries. I feel like I can afford a Simons injury. I feel like I could afford a Scoot injury. I just don't need Sharp to get hurt. Game number 3, we ended up losing this one by 14. Don't lose game 4. Don't let them tie it up. Please, damn it. Come on. Oh, I don't like this. Game 5 is going to be in Portland. Oh, man. I feel like they're getting off to a better start than we are. All right, good second quarter. Terrible ending to the second, though. Oh, it's such a close game 5. I can't take this. I'm too stressed out. I am way too stressed out. Please pull away in these final 3.5 minutes. Come on. Oh, my God. We're tied. Holy crap. Don't lose this. We're up by 1. Oh, my God. We're going to lose on a buzzer beater, aren't we? Well, there it is. They just tied it up, and we're in overtime. Great. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. We can't score. Oh, my God. We haven't scored at all in overtime. There we go, though. We scored 6 unanswered when I said that, and then they tie it up. We take a lead. Come on. Please, nobody's scoring. Can we take the lead here? We're up by 4, up by 6. Thank God we won in overtime, man. Shaden Sharp with 39 freaking points. Cooper Flag at 34. Please win game 6. Don't let them force a game 7. Boom, there we go. We dropped 158 on their heads. Let's go, man. Tijon is an absolute beast. Buzelis with 17, 5, and 5. Sharp at 8 assists. Claxton 20 and 8. Now we're taking on the San Antonio Spurs, who have De'Aaron Fox now. Oh my God, this team is filthy. They have Nikola Topic and Vucevic off the bench. They have Dylan Harper off the bench. And oh yeah, they have this dude as well, who's an absolute stud. Game 1, we ended up beating them by 15. Let's win game 2. We win. Let's go. By 6. Game 3, we win. All right, let's go. We ended up winning by 5. They choked that a little bit in the 4th quarter, and we are going to sweep them. Scoot Henderson is your Western Conference Finals MVP. Stephon Castle in the East, going up against the Cavs here in the, the Bulls in the NBA Finals. They swept the Cavs in the conference finals. Game number 1, Claxton has an injury, but he's playing through it. We ended up winning by 3 points. Game 2 goes to the Bulls. They ended up winning by 9. Don't lose game 3, please. Yes, we win game 3 by 50. Okay, that's kind of insane. That is kind of insane. Game 4, we end up going up 3 games to 1. Do not blow a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. Don't do it. Boom, we win 4 games to 1 in year number 4. Scoot Henderson is your finals MVP. And that was one of my favorite rebuilds I have done yet in 2K24, just because I drafted some new faces as well. And it was fun drafting 3 guys in the lottery, basically, in that 2024 class with Luis Asher, Salon, and Buzelis. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did. Let me know in the comments which team you want to see an updated rebuild with next. Like I said, I'll have a 10-year Clippers rebuild. I think that'll be out on Sunday. I love you guys, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.